In today's video, I'm mounting this TV and moving power from that electrical outlet to one that's behind the TV. Check it out. All right, here's everything I needed to make this video possible. First, there was the wire because I had to move it from one outlet to the other. I had an electric tester to make sure the outlet was off, but you don't need it. I'll show you that in the video. Had a old construction box where you cut a hole and then drop this in. Then the outlet cover, you'll need those. I had a marker. I use that for like one thing, not 100% necessary, but yeah. I used this oscillating multi-tool, but I could have just used this drywall saw. I don't think I really used these pliers in today's video, but it's always good to have on hand. I used the utility knife a ton. That was very helpful. The mount I had a level built in, but it's always good to have a level. A stud finder, that's very helpful. Screwdriver, that was used a ton, both in the electrical and the mounting of the TV. It's got a straight on one side, Phillips on the other. So that is really good thing to have. I did have a impact driver. I used it a little bit, didn't need it. Could have gotten away with the screw. A drill, that was needed for mounting the TV. So that was needed. I didn't have the right bit, so I went one size smaller of what I had. It called for like a 7/32. I used a 3/16. And then this guy, this is a massive impact wrench. Was definitely overkill, but it made it go a lot faster. You need either this or a basic socket to install the mount. And then these were kind of optional, but I used a tape measure to make sure that everything was right. And then some painter's tape to hang the template. And then vacuum, because I made a mess. But yeah, that's what I needed. If I wasn't doing the electrical, I probably, theoretically, like I could have gotten by with just the drill and a wrench, and that would have done, and the screwdriver. So drill, screwdriver, and wrench. But yeah, that's everything that I needed to both install a new outlet up on the wall. Using the 12-2, I didn't have to use any fish tape because the 12-2 is stiff enough that I was able to push it up through the wall. So yeah, that's everything I used today. Hope you guys enjoyed. There's a light, there's a green and a red. Okay, so obviously we know there's power. If you don't have one of these, you have a lamp right here. See this lamp? Okay. So let's go turn the power off. I'm going to take you with me. See the light, no light. So that's the one. Okay. Nothing. And my tool is still on. And I've got nothing. Okay, so we're safe. So again, you can either use one of those or just a lamp. Either one, but let's get started. Oh, I guess why am I messing with the outlet? Well, this wall, the TV is going to mount up there. So we want an outlet up there. Simple as that. Currently, there's only one down here. And once we get this box, or once we get the outlet out, and take a look and see what all we need to do. Okay. There is a good amount of wires let me take this plate off. This is a metal box. Newer boxes are all plastic. If we have to, we can cut this box out and we can put a plastic box in. But ideally, we don't want to have to do that. Why are these so low? Okay, we might have enough room. Poke this in, and I can get those backstabbed wires out. All right. So those are out. Just wanting to see how much room I have, if there is enough room to fish a new wire up. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things here. First, the height. We're going to be pretty safe being around eye level. So the TV, it's in the other room, so I'm just going to show you some measurements. And this, I'm using a tape measure. You'll see nothing I really do here is going to need a tape measure. So the box is 44 inches, a little more. So let's just say, even if the TV is 40 inches tall. So you probably wouldn't want it higher than that vent. So like this is the height of the TV. Even if we went all the way up to the ceiling, so I'm gonna hold my finger there. If we went all the way to the ceiling, it's still covering that outlet. And if we went, we'd basically have to go almost all the way down to where that lower outlet is there. So again, I'm pretty safe here. It's still being covered. So this is, just chin level. And then I want to show you something. So I have a stud finder here. And this is the stud that bottom outlet is attached to. It's a, like a new construction, so it just nails into that stud. And then we can go over here, and the other one is here. So she wants the TV kind of that way, so I'm just going to put the box about here. Again, here's my stud is here, so if I put my box here, I'll be good. I'm going to hold that, throw this up, and we're going to cut out this box. All right, I'm gonna go a little tight on the cuts because we can always like chisel out a little bit. But with these boxes, it's got a tab behind that flips up and it squeezes the drywall between that and these little ears. So like if I went real loose and cut up here, the box wouldn't work. It'd just get sucked into the wall. You couldn't use it. So I'm going to cut a little bit loose and we'll be good. I'll show you two different methods for making this cut. It's kind of just use what you have. I just want it to be faster. So traditionally, you just use this drywall knife. You stab it in and kind of cut. And then I have a multi-tool, oscillating tool. I'm just going to use this because it should be fast. make it big enough? Again, I didn't want to make it too big. But did I make it big enough? Down a little bit. It's a little tight on the edges. Cool. The box looks great. Now, the tricky part, we're going to have to get this wire up. And remember, because we moved this over a little bit, it's going to be a little tricky because I went against the stud on this side and the box is against the stud on the other side. So let me just get the wire up there. See if I can see anything in there. Here is my wire. It's way too much wire. So pull a little bit down. We want maybe 12 inches, 8 inches or so. We can always clip a little bit off, but you can't add any. So make sure that you don't end up short. When you use one of these boxes, you just push on the tab and it's gonna, it's stiff. Push the tab. That's gonna get your wire in there. And this is probably too much wire, but I'm okay with having too much. Okay, that looks good. Wire's running through. I'm gonna tighten up this screw. Remember that clamp, so it folds out and then it pinches the box and the drywall. This is just plastic, so you don't want to over tighten. Just stripping back wires here. Cut that off. That's trash. Outlets always have a bronze side and a silver side. Your black is going to go on the bronze. Any ones that you're not using, just go ahead and tighten them up. So black is going on the bronze there, and then the white will go on the silver on the other side. So this is not a traditional backstab that I'm doing. This outlet has little holes and then there's a clamp that comes down. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not, I said don't backstab earlier. I didn't change my mind. This outlet clamps on the back instead of, the curly Q that you often see. Okay, and then we can just tie these up in here. That old construction drop-in box was a couple dollars. The outlet was a couple dollars. The cover plate was like $6 or $7. So the drop-in box is cheap. The plug is cheap. The cover, for some reason, very expensive. Don't ask me why. Do not ask me why. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. All right, this part is annoying. And we're back. Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick how you wire this up. You guys remember my saying from earlier? Black on brass. So this is nice because we've got enough to plug all of these in here. I'm going to clamp down. Make sure clamp good and tight. And this one, black on brass and white on silver. Top. Oh no. Bottom. You can do a thing. These aren't quite big enough, but all right. We are going to cut the power on. Okay. My camera batteries ran out. But anyway, I turned the breaker back on. We've got our lamp. And we'll just see. 1, 2, reach, 3, 4. Cool. So we're good. Up. The reason I'm opening the box right now, I don't need it obviously until the mount and everything goes up. But I want to know approximately where the mount is on the TV. Okay, that is the way to do it. It says use 2 people. Now I know why. How stable is this? It is not very stable. So what I was measuring was where this would line up on the back of the TV, because that goes in and hangs right there. So I was just measuring where is that at on the TV. And then this clamps on that. So if that is there, it's going to be about here on the mount. So this is here. Likely want to go here, and then we had 22 inches to the top. I mean, top would be there. I'm doing all this work to get it level. But the thing that I love about this mount is so once it's mounted, the entire thing will rotate like this. So I love it. You only have to get it close. Then it takes care of the rest. electronic bolt that's not even all the way in. It's the only annoying thing about how incredible these mounts are. Is that they're just slightly annoying when you're installing them. Slightly. It's not too bad. Alright. That level, ladies and gentlemen, is dead center. That might be the most impressive thing I've done in my life. That is good. Very good. All right, and then we're going to need this Allen key to make the subtle adjustments later. So this is what I was talking about, how you've got play like this. So we'll get the TV on, and then you have play however you want it. Show you down here. All right, so you have this bolt. It goes in here. This is recessed, and then that's recessed in there too. And the bolt can't go too far in. That's as far as the bolt can go in. So then this, there, can't go further than that. How does that look? So if I have this on there, with this spacer, see it's like right at the edge. So we're gonna do one more. So I'm going to break out one of these. It's 2.5. Remember, the 17 was like just barely it barely didn't have enough thread. And then this 10 is barely too much. So maybe not. gravy. Why is it so heavy? Thank you, chair. Your great assistance. Did I do that? I'll have to review the footage. What, is that a leak or did I do that? What is that? There's like random stuff on the bottom. I'll try it from the top. Whoa, too much. Too much. It's good. Remote high sense. There's not Wi-Fi here yet. But that, I mean, that gives us, you can see all the apps, everything. Pretty good. Nothing, I don't see any damage. Cool. So, all right, that is how you set up a TV. I'm gonna put a pile of everything that I used over there. And that'll be it. That's today's video. It took way longer than I wanted it to, but that's okay.